Tom with the nightly news. I'm here with my friend, Michael.
Hello everybody, I'm Michael, and we've been kicked out of our studio, so we got to conduct ourselves inside of this van here. And after purchasing it, we have found a couple leaks in the ceiling, so we're going to show you how to fix those things up right quick. So thank you all for watching. Let's check it out, dog.
This looks like a pretty bad leak, Michael.
Yes, indeed. We got a leak coming down here and one up in the entrance. We'll show you guys later. Could you step back a little bit? I'm kind of being crowded here by the camera.
Yes.
All right, so, and now you're blocking the lights.
Oh, man. Oh, geez. Oh, yes. I didn't notice that this was a studio here.
All right. This is a studio in the making. We got some overhead lighting in here. You could see that the walls are made out of jeans. So back in the day, I used to wear a lot of jean jackets, jean hats, and jean extremities. And now we've repurposed that into the insulation in the walls. So we don't want the insulation to get wet, and therefore we gotta seal up this leak here. So we're gonna go up on top, and we're gonna use 3 different products.
And just to be clear, you know, we pride ourselves here at the Nightly News for accuracy. That bottle there is by no means the liquid that is sprayed over there by those jeans.
Absolutely not. We have 100% integrity here. So the first product that we're going to use on the roof is Flex Seal. Maybe you've heard of it. If you haven't heard of it, you spray it and its rubber comes out. I've chosen a white because it will match the color of my roof. And this guy right here, Phil Swift, he's the spokesman. He is what you call a poor man's Billy Mays. If you want interesting material on Twitter, you can follow Phil Swift. So Flex Seal first. Additionally, we'll be using some Henry silicone roof sealant over the top of the Flex Seal. And that'll get into all the crevices and harden, but won't harden all the way. It's flexible and very durable in all conditions. Prior to filling in the cracks with all these devices, with all these materials, we're going to clean out the cracks with Everclear. This is Everclear. You can't buy it in Washington State, I don't think, but you could get it in Oregon and Idaho. So Everclear is just to clean out the cracks. So and all these Flex Seal and this other thing can bond tight. So could you keep your camera right up here on my face?
Oh yes.
So no, not too close though.
Oh, not too close. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. And
I like the proper distance, but I wanted this to be in frame for this.
Such a small studio, you know. Back at the news station, we have a lot more space to deal with.
Yeah, whatever, man. So in those cracks you'll see later, there's this scrubbing device, spray with Everclear, clean out the gaps, everything clean and dry, and then we will apply these the sealants.
All right.
Onward.
A step at the regular man's life here. Part 2.
So it's me, Michael, again. Here is all the things that you'll be needing. Make sure to climb up the ladder with full hands, or you're not going to be safe. You know what the #1 rule is, right?
No. What is the #1 rule?
Protect your neck.
Protect your neck.
The second rule is be safe. And rule 3 is safety first.
Wow. Some real knowledge just from a regular guy, you know, just living his life.
I know.
Oh man.
All right.
What a treat.
Join me up here, Mr. Callahan.
Oh, all right. I'm coming.
One thing I forgot to mention, by the way, it's me, Michael, again. There was a roof rack attached here, and that was part of the leaking process. So there's a hole right here where I'm going to inject one of these bolts, and then on top of the bolt, I'm going to attach the Flex Seal and the Henry just to give it a good seal. So you'll see me doing that in the future. The first thing that we're going to do, as I mentioned, is apply the Everclear or rubbing alcohol to the stripping down here and really clean it out so there's nothing for it. So make sure that the Tropicool roof sealant attaches directly to the metal. So what you're going to do is you're going to spray the Everclear. All right. Do not drink this straight. They do use this for jungle juice, but that's dangerous. I've had some Some nights I don't remember because of jungle juice.
Fascinating.
And by the way, this is me, Michael, again. I'm here.
This is Tom with the news. Oh man, I can't believe this. This is incredible.
All right, Tom. So now you're gonna see me scrub with this very thick, very hard brush. You can also use a wire brush, a metal wire brush, but this is a $4.95, a rigid. This is meant for grout cleaning, but we're gonna use it for this application. And as you see me scrub, you'll see some debris come out, and that's natural.
Cool, man. Now, what exactly, what technique are you using there? Is there a name for it? This scrubbing technique that we're seeing.
Well, this is the way you brush a whale's tooth, actually. You gotta go lengthwise, because you know they got some long teeth. Unless that's for a killer whale. But for the other kind of whale with the brush teeth, there actually is no way to clean those. And by the way, this is me, Michael, again. I'm a trained meteorologist, so that means I'm good with marine life and all kind of things like that. Thanks for asking, Tom. No one ever asks.
No problem. It's my job. I can't believe that I got this assignment. I've been asking for weeks. Just want to talk to, just the common man. This is how they live. Who would have thought?
Who you calling they? Who calling they, Tom?
Oh, well, nobody.
All right, this crevice here looks pretty clean to me, Tom. I'm not really looking for your opinion, so I'm gonna go based off what I think, because I'm an expert in meteorology, as I said before. All right, we're cleaning out the crevices. You can see some of the dirt that is accumulating onto this paper towel.
Wow, real life dirt.
Right. I know dirt doesn't come by in the studio very much. As you said, this is the life to live. Again, by the way, this is me, Michael, here. I Will Survive by the Bee Gees.
Oh, I know that song. I know something. This is great. This is great learning experience. This is wonderful. Oh my God.
Where were you born?
I was born, I think in the studio, really. I don't remember much after that, or before that, actually. This is my first time actually seeing just regular human beings living their
Tom,
lives.
I understand why they don't want you to go off script in the studio when you're reading the teleprompter. I understand.
Well, it's where I feel most comfortable, quite honestly. I
understand, Tom.
Oh, man. This is so thrilling.
All right, so now we're
How high up we are. Oh, my God.
We are high up there, Tom. Gonna do one last kind of spray down here in this section, and then we'll get on to the bolt. Get onto that bolt, Tom. And for those of you that don't know, you probably, I'm mainly speaking to Tom here. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
That's how you're going to attach.
Okay.
So you go to the right clockwise, not a digital clock, because that doesn't rotate, but an analog clock. And I don't even know how clocks survive for more than about 2 hours.
Oh, without falling off, you mean?
I mean, how do they keep the time? How do the mechanicals work? The internal of the clock. Sometimes people have tiny clocks on their wrist. I don't understand.
I have no idea. Whenever the clock breaks in the studio, we just have the Mexicans come look at it and they fix it up nice and good. That's all I know.
I didn't know that the Mexicans were good at manufacturing time, but it is what it is.
Yes, the best. But we won't say that on the news.
Oh, of course. This is our independent program. We can say it whatever we would like. And by the way, guys, if anybody forgot what my name was, this is Michael.
Michael.
You can find me at thegroverecording.com, and you can find me on the Not Your Cousins podcast weekly on Mondays. Actually, not on Mondays. They call that it actually comes out on Thursday, and they call that's the Monday of the second half of the week is Thursday. So I didn't misspeak. I didn't explain my jargon. So thanks for being patient with me, everybody. Almost done cleaning here. It is me, Michael. Thanks again, everybody, for listening. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do here is I'm gonna explain this contraption that I have here. So these are what you call washers. This is a stainless washer, this is a standard washer, and it is added to provide extra stability and additional coverage to cover this hole that we have here. So what we're gonna do is, in addition, we have a lock washer which adds extra springiness and bounce, has more downward pressure. So we have the bolt, we have the lock washer, we have the stainless wash, we have the standard washer, and then we have the stainless washer. Now, before I insert this into the hole and start screwing it down, I'm going to cut off my silicone roof sealant. All right, so I'm cutting the tip here. I'm gonna cut it at a bit of an angle. As you can see here, that's an angle. So it will come out of the hole easier.
Fascinating, just fascinating.
Now this was $11. This was $3.94. It's a pretty good deal here. And it says on here, 100% silicone, Henry's #1 choice professionals. So shout out to Henry. I'm not sure what this device does, but I'm not gonna use it. A little sticky thing out. All right, so I'm injecting into the hole. Can you see this, Tom?
Oh, yes, I can see this.
Great, Tom.
If we have to in post-production, we'll just, we'll throw in some cats or something. It'll be fine.
Yep, there's a reason you're not the producer, Tom. I understand so much about your new station now. For some reason, Henry is having a little bit of an issue here.
We're back, Tom. Nightly news.
Tom, so this is why you want to read the instructions. It actually says that you need to puncture the tip, which is something I usually wouldn't recommend on the tip of anything. You know, penile and otherwise. You would not want to puncture the tip. In this case, I cut the tip, and additionally, I need to puncture the tip. So I'll be right back in a jiffy. You stay right there and be comfortable. We're gonna get you back out on the road.
All right, all right.
But I believe I punctured the tip properly. There we go. See the goo coming out the end?
The goo.
You're gonna be okay, Tom.
The show keeps going on. This is great.
Okay, and one thing some people don't know about this goo is because when you press the handle, it will squeeze in a certain amount of pressure, and that pressure only releases at a slow rate. So without using this button to release the pressure, after one squeeze, it will continually come out of the tip. So you gotta remind yourself, squeeze one time, extra pressure coming out the tip for extended periods. You better remember to release the pressure, or you're gonna have coming out of the tip extended periods.
Huh, science.
And that's actually an acronym, and maybe we'll throw that on the screen here. So remember your acronyms, everybody.
Acronyms.
So I'm applying this in the hole and around the perimeter of the hole prior to adding the bolts with the washers. 3 different kinds of washers. And that's funny because you probably shouldn't wash your jeans very often, so we're making up for it here on the top. Releasing pressure, not coming out of the tip. All right? Place your tip over something you're comfortable with it dripping upon, like this duct tape I have here, specifically for that purpose and that purpose only.
Wow.
I know. Think ahead, Tom. Think ahead. Think with your head. Think ahead. All right. Surrounding one last dollop around the edge. And this is for lifetime. This is for if you never want to deal with this leak again. So, inside of the hole, on the surface of the hole, I got my washer bolt set up. I'm now inserting. I am now inserting. First I cut the tip, then I punctured the tip, and now I'm inserting. I'm tightening. Okay, Tom, I'm gonna have to drop down and get my wrench. I will be right back.
All right, all right. Oh, hi there.
So it's me, Michael, again, and it is the land of the Everman, and it's a beautiful overcast day. Great to do work on the roof when it's not raining. But, however, Michaels will attach to any surface, even if it's wet, as long as you're not doing it underwater or in the ocean. All right. So here we go. I'm tightening down on the top here. This is too big of a wrench. And now I've got my 1/2 inch here, and I'm going down real tight on this. Tom. Uh-oh, Tom. You saw that happen, didn't you?
Yes, I did. We can cut that from the news. We'll just alter it in with some different footage. It'll be
You
fine.
guys edit in the news stations?
Oh, I mean, no, we don't edit anything.
You know, Tom, in any of these ventures that you go on, you're gonna run into roadblocks. That's part of building. That's part of DIY, and you just gotta roll with the punches. So I'm gonna keep going here. I took off a washer because it didn't look like this bolt was long enough, but same purpose, just without the stainless nut. All right. Okay, we have inserted, and we will use the 1/2 inch wrench to tighten. And make sure you have some towels on hand, because as you've seen before, most of this white stuff is on my test when I did with Flex Seal. They're a great sponsor and everything, but it is a little bit messy, and it's a little bit runny. It's kind of like if you just recently cracked an egg and threw it on a skillet and it's bubbling a little bit much. Imagine that, but all white. And especially after it puncturing the tip, your brain gets all confused and things like that. So thanks for watching again. My name is Michael, so thank you for watching.
Oh, well, what a great show. That's Tom with the news. I'll see you guys tomorrow at the news station.
All right, you guys, it's me, Michael. And now I'm applying the Michaels on top of the bolt for full coverage. Make sure that there's no liquid going in where the bolt attaches and goes in between the washers. And you may benefit from having some rubber gloves during this process, but you know, it's me, Michael, again, if you forgot or you're just tuning in. It's all right. You can use your hands. Got everything you need. Now I'm just gonna smooth it out for aesthetics and for miscongeniality. It's a pageant I'm gonna be putting myself into.
Wow. A real life pageant.
Tom, you're a funny fella.
I know. I've been told that many times. Some people say I'm not even really in reality at all, but you know, I keep doing my job.
Yep, they keep paying you. It's about the consistency of toothpaste, if you were wondering. If you ever played with toothpaste with your fingers, you got a pretty good idea of what I'm feeling right now.
Wow, looks very dangerous.
Playing with toothpaste, Tom?
Oh no, the whole process here. This is. Oh.
Yeah, I forgot to mention this is highly explosive material. But that's all right. That's all right, Tom. Okay, I'm just gonna grab some cardboard, smooth this out, and we should be all done.
All right.
Thank you for watching. Again, it's me, Michael. This is all because we got kicked out of the van, thanks to Mark Zuckerberg. But you know, new beginnings, new endings. You know what they say. Never forget an ending, because it may begin with the shortest portion of your life, and you won't even remember the beginning, but the end is what begins the next shadow before where the door casts. And where the door casts is because of the sunlight. And you never want to forget any of this. Thank you. It's me, I'm Michael. You've forgotten.
Good night.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Where Are We This Week?
Yeah. We found a new home.
Well, I was wondering, where are we?
Where are we?
Yeah.
We are in a van, which is our new home, our safe haven away from Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Mark, man.
Had to do it to us.
I'm actually kind of glad we got to hear from Michael doing the repair.
And that news guy. We're going to be on the news. The van's going to be on the news, so...
Right, Tom the newscaster was a hell of a character.
Yeah, we're totally going to get recognized now. all those people who watch the news, I mean, they're all going to come see this podcast.
Dude,
I cannot believe it.
You know who watches the news, right?
Who?
Well, there are people that don't know how to use the internet, it seems like.
Yeah, that is true. We might get maybe some older people, which isn't our demographic exactly.
Yeah. Well,
but
we don't even know what our demographic is at this point. But the news is like, if you don't want to make any choices, here, watch this.
I definitely.
But the internet, at least, I mean, there's equally as poor of things on the internet, but at least you get to choose.
That's true. Even there, though, yeah, people like. I hate to bring up Mark again, but
yeah, right.
He feeds you just exactly what you want to hear, and if you're like, maybe I could look at some other ideas, he's like, that would make you unhappy, and I don't want to make you, the consumer, unhappy, so I'm going to feed you exactly what you want.
All you got to do is, well, Mark really can't say, well, you can't look this up, so you got to, every time you go on there, close your eyes, but like to the screen that pops up at the beginning, because that's the stuff that'll really get you. But if you could either like search on Google, like if it's YouTube, you can search on Google something on YouTube, and then your recommended won't show up, and that way you won't get latched. Like you literally are searching for something, and then you open the homepage, and all of a sudden you're watching something you didn't want to watch. Yeah,
and sometimes it can be bad. Like, there's a lot of bad stuff out there.
I don't know what you're watching. Like, poor quality or, like, bad information?
Like, not bad. Sometimes bad, like, as in you're looking for something educational, and it's like, this is crap. And you immediately X out. Or it's something you didn't want. Something that's maybe even poor quality. You know? It'll feed you anything that it thinks you want to see, when actually you're like, I'm not even looking for these things. Or it's trying to show you things that it's like, I already know this, or I already know that I needed that last week. I already bought it. Like, and it's the same thing of feeding people the same thing. I don't know, like, let's say I buy a new microphone, right?
Okay.
They're going to feed me microphones of
already got it.
Sometimes the same one, and it's like, enough. I don't need that. I don't know.
Could you move your microphone closer to your mouth, please?
Yeah. Got limited space to work with here. Let's see. How's that sounding?
Well, when you were turning it wasn't very...
okay. Here, let me try to angle it more this way. There we go. That should be a little bit more in the middle.
Yeah, let's just... Maybe you could slide it away a bit now, but...
Oh!
And that's the segment called...
Internet strange stuff.
Strange. But it's when it's hard to watch. That was the segment I was thinking of.
I don't know, even like you said, even the news too. It's there's still some good news out there. I mean, you can find good news. It's not like good news is dead. I mean, it's just that journalist.
There's people sending nudes all the time. I understand.
Yeah, just Tom on the news. He's pretty bad at his job. Not that everyone is bad at their job, but Tom. Sorry to do it to you, man. I know you came here to interview our worker Michael and see the van. Maybe check out the podcast, but we're kind of. I don't think you do your job very well.
Yeah, Tom kind of sucks.
He does.
I think there's a lot of legacy people in positions where they just were there for long enough, or they knew the right people and they don't really know what they're doing. And to people who don't want to make decisions for themselves, it doesn't matter who's doing it. So I guess Tom fits into that category. And he probably has a family and stuff. I don't really know about Tom. Maybe he lives by himself in the woods in a cave. I don't know. It's unlikely because he said he was living. He said he was living at the studio and he was born there, so it's unlikely.
You know, in that sense, I guess I kind of feel bad for Tom, because look, Tom's got to make a living. I get it. He's got a boss. I'm sure that boss is telling him, if you don't get a certain number of viewership, you're gonna die.
Right.
And I don't know if it's that severe, but he could threaten him and just say, "We're gonna kill you," and no one's going to look into it because we're the news. Who's going to report on your death? Huh? You think we're going to do it? No, we're just going to say we don't know what happened to him. So,
Jesus.
Yeah, he's in a predicament. I get it. I feel bad for him.
And sorry about that, guys. So listen to this here right now. Tom, he sat on the chair while he was reading the news. But he also sat on a board of directors that directed that in which he was sitting upon. Sit sideways and see the truth of the scenario, but without being withdrawn, you can no longer make a decision to right forth push you into a direction to make a righteous decision.
Preach.
Preachers say that they are the ones who make the best speeches, but they don't actually know how to pronounce Bext right. I saw a Bext on the side of the road the other day.
A Bext?
Mm-hmm.
I saw a boost.
Yo, a boost?
Yeah. A booster seat on the side of the road.
Oh, wow, what happened?
I don't know. I think some kid fell off the roof of a car or something.
Man, that's the best. That's the best. That's the best when kid fall off road.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's the best, dude.
It's the best.
Anyway, Bext. So, man, see, look. We maybe didn't solve the problem because the leak is still leaking.
Oh no. Or Michael. We might have to get a new worker. We might have to find another Southern man.
I really trust Michael, though.
You trust him?
I trust him. It was a bad diagnosis, not a bad job. We'll just we'll continue and work on the seam next. Or maybe that's somehow residual, or it was from the spray, but I think that's unlikely.
Yeah, probably not. I can't imagine that would be a huge controversial thing with the news. I mean, they'd be like, whoa.
Well, at least, it wasn't a fake leak to begin with, so it's not going to be that controversial.
No. And actually the jeans, I know some of you maybe thought that was a joke, but that material is actually made out of real recycled jeans.
That's made out of jeans.
Yeah, it's not even a joke.
Ever heard of it? Number one, if you're still wearing jeans, you need to figure your life out. You need to figure your life out.
Oh, man. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
And if you're still wearing underwear, you need to figure your life out.
Oh, man. I'm doubling up here. I got jeans and underwear on.
All right, so
that's
if you have things that look like jeans, but it's made out of a stretchier material, I'll accept it. Jeggings or jeggings for men. But if you're wearing rough jeans, you are living such an uncomfortable lifestyle that, are yours stretchy?
I don't know. I don't think they're stretchy.
Oh, there's a little bit of stretch there.
Where am I sitting at with this amount of stretch?
At least you don't have this color of jeans because that's an embarrassment. So this color of jeans that have kind of that are straight leg and they go the same width all the way down, and then they kind of get scrunched up around the bottom, and they're jeans, dude. You shouldn't be wearing jeans anymore. It's 2021, and there's enough technology to be comfortable nowadays.
What about Farmer Joe?
If he's making his own jeans, or even Farmer Joe, he can have the protection and durability without wearing jeans.
What if
Carhartt makes a really good overall, which is it's such a better material, it's more breathable, so that it's like no comparison. You can't even wash your jeans; they're gonna shrink on you. They're gonna change colors.
What if Farmer Joe, he likes the tightness in the jeans. He likes it. He likes his balls to be squished while he's doing farm work.
That's the biggest problem. So if you're a civilized person, no respect for you if you wear jeans.
What about Farmer Joe? I'm telling you, he would argue that apparently, and I'm not saying I like this, okay? I don't like this. I like these jeans because they're stretchy.
Okay,
I've got plenty of room.
At least you're admitting to them being stretchy.
Yeah, and I've got room around the crotch. I'm very happy. But Farmer Joe, I think he likes tight pants, and he likes to sweat in his pants while he's doing his farm work, and he never washes them. So he's happy living that lifestyle. And if Farmer Joe wants to do that, I mean,
Okay.
I'm not saying that he's, correct, because I very much think that he should be put in prison.
Yeah. If you wear jeans, you should go to prison. And you're right on that. There are some people where it makes sense to wear jeans. Sometimes you have to make blanket statements, just because you have to. And I'm not tired right now, but I did make some blanket statements, maybe because it's a little bit colder in the van. But when you're addressing an audience, sometimes you have to make blanket statements, even if it's not cold. And that's just the way it is.
And since it is cold, it makes more sense, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I think it makes 100% sense in the situation.
Yeah, it makes $1. It makes 100 cents.
100 cents.
Yeah, $1. Can't beat that.
We're making money right now.
Yeah, it's the only way to make money is to say things which exclude, tangible facts. You just have to exclude a lot of information.
Yeah, we can tell them everything that we want them to hear.
Yeah, and
they will love it, and they'll come back, and then people will be like, "Oh my God, why does everyone like them so much?"
Yeah.
And then we're going to be like, they just love us.
And on the side, we can actually start a blanket business for when people get cold. Because actually, another hit on the jeans, they're not that... You're gonna get cold.
I'm doing pretty good.
You're going to get cold if you wear jeans. Like, imagine it's snowing out. Thin jeans.
I'm feeling pretty good though in these jeans.
You ever heard of thin jeans?
Thin jeans?
Yeah.
No, I've only heard of just these are like. Oh, that is pretty thin. That's probably why it's stretchy though. I mean, it's like a trade-off.
Well, those aren't even real jeans, so I don't know if we can address that.
Okay, maybe these aren't real jeans. Maybe they're.
Yeah, and that's cool. So I have more respect for you now because you have the non-real jeans. Now the fact that you're still trying to emulate jeans, it is some level of accepted fashion, but my radar is almost 100% comfort and practicality. And, number one being comfort. I'm not comfortable if I wear jeans. I'm literally like, I had to wear them at high school every day. Especially with straight up boxers, like made out of cotton, not like stretchy cotton, but like, it's like rigid material, like this jacket and it's boxers, and sometimes they would twist inside of the jeans the wrong way. My balls and my gooch things are getting crumpled in there. And I'm somebody that doesn't even like when I have two shirts on and the shirts are misaligned, and you could feel it sometimes. Yeah. I strongly dislike that.
I will say this. I switched back, it was probably beginning of high school. I switched because that was the exact problem that I was having. I'd have these
Why'd you go buy
on,
those?
and I had to go to briefs because at least then you get some support down there.
I'm not looking for support, dude. I'm looking for freedom.
I mean, hey, that's as free as you can go.
Yeah.
No underwear, sweatpants. That's as free as you can go. But I think for me, I do like support. I must say. I don't like things swinging all over the place. I gotta have some support. Even if I'm wearing some sweats, I just gotta have it.
So, the boxer briefs are the ones that are a little tight around the legs.
Yeah. They're like half boxers, half tighty whities.
Yeah, and tighty whities are sometimes blue.
Oh, yeah.
Black. Poorly named.
Yeah, they should have changed the name.
Yeah, 100 cents. I think it's 100 cents, dude.
I heard that underwear company or anyone who's selling tighty whities are actually racist.
Oh, right.
I don't want to expose it. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Thank you. I know. I've done the research. We're a news podcast now.
Yeah, it's true. We're just exposing racism left and right. Hey, if you're a racist, number one, I kind of understand that not all people have good circumstances. Okay, I understand. But we're coming for you. We're going to track you down, even if you're on a dirt road. We're shooting out of our car. We have hoverboards, off-road hoverboards. We're coming at you with a sawed-off shotgun. Loaded inside of the shotgun is red paint. Not real bullets. We shoot you with the red paint. Then, inside the back of our truck, we have a bull. A matador bull. We're straight out of southern Spain, dog. They're running around the Colosseum. Ship them over here. They're pissed off. They call this Red Dead Redemption Racism Edition. We're shooting red paint all over, dog. Hey, and you better not be around people you like, because the paint might rub off on them.
And then we'll know, because you'll be red. And everyone's going to know that you're a racist. Everyone.
And you know what? When there's the bulls, they can pull the red out, but it's stuck on forever. It's like that movie, Liar, Liar. No, that one with Agent Cody Banks. The Big Fat Liar. I think it's David Cross. He turns all blue and it's stuck in his skin. It's just like that, except it's red. So, we gotta kick out the racist, man. Especially.
We do.
We do.
In fact, you know what? If you're a racist, one second. If you're a racist and you're watching this show, number one, stop watching. But
well, okay,
number
like,
two,
subscribe, share.
Yeah, actually, we should trick them. We should trick them into thinking that this is the show for them, and then when we build up an audience, we can go after them, and we'll have a large group.
We're gonna edit that out.
Okay, yeah, edit it out. Anyone can watch this show. Okay, and later on down the road, some of you who are bad, and I'm not going to say who's bad, it's a secret, but are going to have to go. But first, we want to profit off of you because you're not a nice person, and we can then take that money and donate it to a cause that is good and one that you might not like, but too bad for you.
Yeah.
You're a bad person.
And we're going to make a lot of bank.
Ha.
And by the way, we're going to have to redo that commercial.
Oh, we are.
Because you kind of told them what we're going to do.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Reset. Here we go. Yeah.
Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we just want to let you know we love everybody. Play the Bagman.
Play the Bagman.
Play the Bagman. If you like this episode and share it, we will have Bagman back on the podcast. He will come back. He kind of got scared with the whole Mark incident, but he's willing to come back if the show gains a certain amount of popularity. He's just waiting.
True, and the comeback is not sexual. So there we go, and everyone's welcome. So it's a great clip that we'll send out to people. We'll just say, by the way, anybody is welcome, and then we can't show them what I said earlier.
Yeah, no. We'll cut that out.
About about the racism and the bullet and the red shotgun.
Yeah, we can't tell them about that. But Bagman, it's all about Bagman. And you know what Bagman isn't? He's not a racist.
Not a racist.
And you know what? I gotta say something.
Okay.
I think, and I don't want to say this, but a lot of you out there, I think you have been racist to Bagman.
Yeah.
He was very upset when
I agree.
Nobody supported Bagman in the episode where he came in. And everyone was praising us. I mean, they were really nice.
They loved us.
Yeah, but nobody was being nice to Bagman. And I just gotta say, you guys should apologize.
Guys.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Shame on you. Apologize to Bagman, and maybe we can get him back on the show one more time.
I know. He was so generous with us before.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll be able to figure it out. Bagman's a good guy. He's great. And we're not doing this for any reason, monetarily or anything.
No. It's not like, we're like setting up a little Bagman joke, hoping maybe you'd like the Bagman joke. Maybe you'd say, "Ha, that's funny, Bagman."
Yeah. So this is what I'll think about that. I'd like to bring on Michael for just a segment here to talk about his background in renovations, fabrications, carpentry. I'm gonna bring Michael on.
I'll call up his friend Johnny Jr.
What's Johnny doing?
He's an expert in survival. He's kind of a survivalist. He owns this truck that he sleeps in the back of. He goes out in the woods and he just survives.
Johnny,
and he likes,
what's his name? Johnny Joe?
Johnny Jr. Named after his dad. His dad was actually a famous athlete, but he went to go live out in the woods. There he met a wild woman. They had Johnny Jr.
What's a wild woman?
Oh man, I'm sure Johnny Jr. could tell you all about it.
Okay,
His mother was one.
Well, I'll have Michael ask him about it.
All right.
Okay, so we'll get those guys in here. All right, everybody, it's me, Michael. I'm kind of sad to see that we're seeing a little bit more leakage from the ceiling, but this is something that happens in any kind of renovation that you're doing or DIY project. You're not gonna always get to see what's behind the curtain unless you pull it back.
That's exactly right. I've been living out in the woods for a long time now, and this happens all the time to me. Leakage in my truck. I built a little house back there, and I'm telling you, leaks all the time.
What kind of leakage are you talking about? Because I've heard about things that happen when you're in your 40s about about prostate enlargement where you kind of get a penile leakage. Are you talking about that?
I haven't been to a doctor in a long time. So, listen. I kind of do... Oh, how do I put this? I have to deal with some health problems that other people might not have to deal with. It's very uncomfortable for me. And yes, there's currently 2 different types of leakages happening at my home. One involves a lot of piss.
Man,
a lot of...
It seems like every time I talk to somebody of your nature, they're talking about piss of some kind. I don't know how that sits with me, because I was trained by my mama. You're not supposed to have any kind of bathroom facilities that are not functioning right, and you don't discuss them at the dinner table.
I can't help it. It happens to me all the time, and I don't know what to do about it. There's no doctors out in the woods. I'm stuck. I can't afford any health care.
I'm surprised you even know what healthcare is. I'm so surprised because Johnny Jr. I'm starting to believe that maybe one of your parents is kind of a ferocious animal and not even a human. I'm starting to believe that.
Now listen, my mother may have been half hippopotamus.
I believe. I wouldn't believe that. I would believe something more like ferret.
A ferret.
A rabid ferret.
Listen, my father did not go and move on the islands. There they have the wild woman ferrets.
Right.
He went to a country in Africa that Abraham Lincoln visited long ago, and he married a woman who was a part of the wild woman's group. If he was in the United States, probably would have been a tiger or something. A bear. I don't know. There's many different wild women. They live in all parts of the world. And, but she's not an islander wild woman. She is an African wild woman.
Oh, dang. It seems like you're pretty passionate about this. So I've changed my position on wild woman hippopotamus mother. But I really want to know, Johnny Jr., why is it that your dad was attracted to a non-human human hybrid?
I think
I would love to know that, because I have started to get some kind of sensations when there's a raccoon breaking into my trash can, or when a mosquito sneaks into my car. I become sexually aroused, and I would like to know more about this. I'm especially talking about insects, mosquitoes, lightning bugs, fireflies, as some people call them up in the north. And how did this happen for him?
Listen, I don't like to talk about the things that my parents did, all right? When I was born, I came out of my mother's womb, and I looked up, and I screamed at the whore that was staring at me.
There was a
Have you ever seen?
There was a whore? Are you calling your mother a whore?
She might have fucked a lot of people, but let me tell you, you've never been born into this world, and the first thing that you see is a woman and a hippopotamus combination in one body. You have not seen such a frightening thing in your life.
Yeah, I understand. Actually, quite frankly, I was hiding behind the mosquito attraction. Not true, but I was just wondering, how are people going to be attracted to you when there is such a horror that you've it's kind of an atrocity of what's happened to you, and you didn't have to be brought into this world. So I'm just wondering, how are people going to be attracted to you, Johnny Jr.?
This is why I live in the woods.
And how dare they give you a name like Johnny Jr., such a normal name?
I know, and it was really selfish of my father, because he thought that the genetical advancements of the hippopotamus woman should combine nicely with my athlete special abilities and create the perfect child. And you know what? No, did not. I got the worst traits of each combined into my body. I have to go live out in the woods so that I don't reproduce. And I'm mentally scarred from this woman. I can't tell you. She just... I had to go live in the woods.
Yeah, Johnny
It's
Jr.
the only way.
Yeah, Johnny Jr. So I appreciate with you speaking to me today. I've learned a lot about animal-human hybrids and the struggles that they go through. I do really want to figure out what has happened to you since you decided that you were going to learn the English language. Because I know it's hard when you have 1/8 of hippo in you, that you would rather just, speak the hippo language because it only has 3 different words. Drink, fight, and fuck. The 3 words. And sometimes they combine the words fuck and eat.
It's called a fleek.
Yeah, and I actually got the numbers wrong there, but whatever. The fucking and eating and fighting is all that they do. And sometimes when they're a hybrid, they actually involuntarily will bite off the lips of the other individual. So I'm surprised your dad still has his lips intact.
Yes, he actually. Well, this is a funny story. In the hippopotamus community, this is a funny story. Here we go.
All right.
One day, my dad, famous athlete, Johnny, oh yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Guy.
Yeah. He was smooching up on the hippopotamus lady, and boom.
Yeah, she had a fat ass.
She did, and let me tell you, after she ate his face, he was swallowed up into her gigantic bosom. And I never saw my dad ever again. A terrible time. But it's funny, because all the hippopotamuses started laughing. All the hippopotamus people in the hippopotamus people community, they started laughing. They thought it was funny. And I was this little 5-year-old crying. saying,
Yeah.
where'd
terrible.
my dad go?
That's terrible, man. That's terrible. Hippopotamuses are terrible people, man. They're just absolutely terrible. And by the way, if you have forgotten, it is me, Michael. I am the repairman. Some people have been questioning about what my race is. But as we said before, my other friend Michael, he said that he was going to gun you down with the red paint. And so don't be asking me about my race. I would say that I would be irate if you asked me about my race. Erase race from your memory banks. Ask me who I am when I wear a mask, and I'll be like Banksy, the painter, and the person that goes against the walls. So don't you ask me who I am, and I will never say that I am Stan. Because again, as I said before, I am Michael.
Hello, I am a population services, on the population services committee. And we need to collect some information from you, sir. You said you didn't know exactly what race you were. We're gonna need to know that information.
All right, hello, my name is Michael, as you may have forgotten. What did you say your name was, young lad?
Now, I'm not gonna tell you that, but I am with the Population Services Committee, and we like to collect data, and we just want to know your race, and your name, and maybe your political affiliations. That would be kind of cool. Yeah.
Well, you know, when I was growing up in the undisclosed location of where I was raised, I was told 3 things.
Yes.
First, I was told, never tell anybody what happened to Mom. Okay, that was number 1. Number 2 was, finish your plate or you're gonna get a spanking. Number 3 was, show me yours and I will show you mine. So all I gotta say is, you show me yours and I'll show you mine. That's all I gotta say.
Well, listen, I'm gonna make an observation here.
All right.
I think that you are from Hawaii. You sound like a Hawaiian. And I'm gonna put that down on my sheet.
I will never admit to anything.
Hawaiian man.
But that is maybe it would be more believable that I was from Taiwan than if I was from Hawaii. Little boy, don't you ever come speaking at me and saying you're gonna make an assumption. Because rule number 4 was, don't make an assumption or you're gonna get a pumpkin spice latte shoved up your butt. Because you're being a ridiculous human being right now. You don't even believe in ghosts. You don't even believe that a pterodactyl used to roam this planet and had an 8-foot wingspan. You don't even believe about anything that floats above the ocean. There's sea kelp that floats above the ocean. You're a denier of radical facts. You don't even understand that 400 million years ago there was only things in the ocean, but it lived. What are you even talking about, man?
Listen, my personal beliefs are none of your opinion. And you know what? I'm a 40-year-old man. I may not sound like it, but that's what I am. And I need to collect this information. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. Someone wants it. I mean, the population community, whatever the hell the council's called, they need it. So I'm gonna put down that you're a Hawaiian, and you probably believe in some weird stuff. That there was a giant man that used to live a long time ago. He ate people or something weird like that. I'm putting that down.
All right,
That's
let me clarify. I won't say where I'm from, but I'll clarify that belief a little bit. There was a giant man, a very, very large man, and I'm not talking about obesity, which is an epidemic in the United States. We need to figure out how to reduce obesity in the United States, because 40% is not acceptable. Not even 10% is acceptable, because a lot of the obesity is because of emotional eating and because of not right eating habits that were instilled upon people because of commercial advertisements. We need to protect the people against obesity. So, the obese consumers, I have an eye out for you and I really respect you. But the foundation of this earth, I'm not talking about obesity, I'm talking about a very large man who even was larger than the planet Earth. And what happened was, he flew down from above he came out through a different dimension, through another portal. He came out and he said, hello, it's me. I'm the man. And then he came out and he said, okay, I'm ready to come. And then what he did was he came out. He had a giant urethra, and the planet Earth was one of the speckles of dust that came out of the urethra. It wasn't semen. It was kind of a different kind of ball sack, but it was, in fact, similar to a urethra, how we would envision a urethra. So, and I'm not talking about Urethra Franklin, who was a beautiful singer, okay? We can't get that confused, because I love Urethra Franklin, but the big man in the sky, he was the best, man. So that's what I gotta say.
What I'm getting from that? Dislikes fat people. Scientologist.
Hey, man. Hey, that's just ridiculous, man.
That's what I got on here. So, Hawaiian. Believes in a bunch of weird stuff that no one really believes in. Dislikes fat people, and also is a Scientologist.
All right, Timmy, I can't believe what you're doing right now.
I'm sorry. Just
Timmy, you need to sit back down on your porta potty. Well, what your parents called a porta potty. It's really a place to poop for people who haven't been potty trained. So how are you going to come here and how are you going to say that I believe in all these weird, strange things, which is the opposite of what I'm saying, when you're sitting on a porta potty all day?
Listen, I have irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah, IBS. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. Don't
Yeah.
patronize me, Timmy.
You know,
Timmy.
you know what? You're treating my symptoms as if they don't matter, and my symptoms matter.
Yeah, Timmy, I heard from your mom when I was fingering one of her apple pies, you know, because I eat with my hands. I heard that you don't even like 2% milk. You drink skim milk, Timmy.
No.
You're a little boy, Timmy.
No.
What do you even like? What do you even like outside of skim milk and regular Cheerios? What do you even think? What do you even think in skim milk, regular Cheerios, and you still like Curious George? You like Curious George, and there's not even a plot in any of those books.
Oh, listen. I like Caillou, and I like Frosted Flakes. I like Tony.
Timmy,
Tony the Tiger.
Timmy, I can't even handle you right now. You came in here, you're talking about the census or some count population. You're coming in here talking about Caillou. Why is a 7-year-old kid bald? And why does he resemble Charlie Brown so much?
Listen,
And by the way,
Caillou has cancer. I didn't want to tell you.
Oh shit, man.
Caillou has cancer.
Damn.
I know because I've been keeping the records. I went to his house yesterday.
I didn't know animations. I didn't know the animated could get such, malignant or non-malignant things growing in their body. I didn't even know they had organs. I just thought that they had skin and clothes and eyeballs.
He's got
so
maybe
sad.
7 months, and that's it. He's
so
gonna be
sad.
dead. I've got his portfolio right here. Caillou is a he loves ice cream. Number one
Caillou.
funny thing about him, he loves ice cream. He has cancer. Terrible. But he's also
Yeah, Timmy, that's just.
he's also a
tragic
racist.
News. That's tragic news.
He's
man.
actually so here's what happened. He's been bald for so long, and this is why I hate Caillou now. I just haven't made up my mind.
Yeah.
I forgot that this was on the list.
Now that you brought out the list,
I can't believe
it's right in front of your face.
Yeah. What happened was I was like, then why were you bald for so many years? And he told me,
Chemotherapy.
well, he didn't have it initially. First, he was a white supremacist, and he shaved his head. And then he actually got cancer. And I say that just shows what goes around comes around. Sometimes.
Caillou, I had it out from you for the beginning, but then I realized that animations, at some point, they're going to have internal organs. And if indeed they have internal organs, then they should not be slept on. They shouldn't have any bed sheets. They shouldn't have any throw rug that has Caillou's face on it. But what I was gonna say previously when we were talking about the tidy whities is those people are racist, and they're the same people that made Charlie Brown and Caillou. So it's a whole conspiracy. I'm coming out with my new episode next week. The conspiracy of the tidy whities Charlie Brown incident. And it used to be, actually people don't know this, it used to be Charlie Brown versus Board of Education.
Hello, this is I'm a representative for Tidy Whities Incorporated.
How's it going, sir?
What did you say about the Tidy Whitey companies? We have black Tidy Whities.
Yes. How's the racism over there?
Listen,
Steven?
we have all sorts of Tidy Whities. We have white Tidy Whities. We have black Tidy Whities. We have yellow Tidy Whities. We have any Tidy Whities that you like.
Why are you only naming things that racist people call other races?
Listen. I mean, we have all colors of Tidy Whitey. We have any shade of any color of Tidy Whities.
Yeah, there's some nuance to this racism that I'm clearly sensing from you. I actually have a pretty good internal sense of racism, and it is emanating from your body.
Not me. No.
Similar to how if you throw a rock into a pristine lake, the way it ripples out is the same exact way that I'm noticing racism coming off of you in waves. But you're calling white people whitey, which is a slight diss to them. So I don't think you're even necessarily going 100% against white versus other races. You just don't like any race. Therefore, you're against humans.
No.
You gotta be against humans if you're making tight underwear for people, for mostly men, but some women wear tidy whities. They're like a diaper for humans, adult humans, and they're tight on the ball sack.
Listen, some people they like the Tidy Whities, like Farmer Joe. He likes his sack to be squeezed to the point where he feels like he's not going to be able to have children in another 10 years. He likes that feeling. And he also likes to sweat in his Tidy Whities. He likes to be uncomfortable all day. Some people like that, and that's why we sell all tidy colors.
Tidy killers. Now that just seems like it is. It seems like you had a candy. Like, let's say M&M's. All M&M's taste the same. But when you add different colors, people are like, "Oh, I like the blue M&M. Let me get a blue M&M t-shirt if I'm stopping by New York City." But all of them taste the same. Now, take that information, translate it onto the Tidy Whities brand. Look at this. All the Tidy Whities are equally named the same thing. They taste the same, and they all are doing terrible things to people's nether regions.
I mean, okay. There is some scientific evidence that you might not have kids, as well as some people who didn't wear the Tidy Whities, but I have a new marketing solution to this. We already uploaded it to the internet, on TV, everything, and listen to this.
Okay.
Hey, who doesn't like kids? Great. Buy some Tidy Whities. Thank you. Board of directors, thank you. I know, it's a brilliant plan.
That's like saying this. Who likes orange juice? Well, caveat to that, I used to not like orange juice, but I like orange juice now. But most people like orange juice and not skim milk. If you like orange juice or 2% or whole milk, then you should buy Tidy Whities. That's basically, you're saying anybody that's not a pedophile should buy the underwear. Your marketing is like you're just putting your whities next to things that is natural for humans.
Listen,
you're a strange man.
We give people options, Maybe you don't want to have children ever. Maybe never.
Right.
And so maybe you get some Tidy Whities.
I will say this. It's a normal way for you to get a vasectomy at a lower price. If you don't want to impregnate your wife and you want a lower price, then you must go for the tighty-whities. All right?
And by the way, it's we're going for the tidy colors.
Oh, tidy colors.
Tidy colors.
That's like,
Yeah.
You know what happened was with the iPhone, it was just silver. But then they got into colors for the iPhone 7C or something. You don't see those around. You also don't see the Mac computers that are colors anymore. So, I mean, good luck. Good luck out there. Whatever your name
great.
is. I forgot your name.
Well, stock price is going up. That's pretty good.
You don't sell socks. What are you talking about?
Socks, that's a completely other side of the business. We call it, we used to call it the Whitey Boys socks. All right, God, it used to be a part. Some stupid
100%.
idiot in marketing just freaking came out with that. We have the color socks.
Now, I think that's a little bit of an overcorrection, if you ask me. And I'm an expert of all races because you can't even tell what race I am.
I think.
But what do you?
I think.
What do you think I am?
Oh man, I don't want to say it. I think.
Night's alright. What is that?
I think you're.
What'd you say? Wait. What did you say, sir?
Say
Where?
Madagascar.
Where did you say this was?
There, I said it. You're from Madagascar.
What is it?
Madagascar.
Where did you say from? All right, I'm not from Madagascar. Racism, increased levels.
No.
Stronger radiation emanating.
Oh, please. I only said that because you have a certain. Listen,
Throw a rock.
my wife's from Madagascar.
I wrote a song
all right?
about you. All right. Throw a rock in a lake. Ripples come out.
But the person isn't a bad person. He just likes to
Racism.
make no racist. He makes
You're
money.
bad at
He
making
makes
songs.
money.
You're bad at making songs.
The stocks are going up because the people are happy.
You are just backing upon the trans and social living for people, and you are calling colors, and you are actually still a racist.
Lots of colors, no racism in this tighty color family.
Now you're stealing licks from different songs.
Listen, we have a whole song department. I'm not very good on my feet.
Now here's
I take
something.
care of the public relations. Obviously,
Yeah, you're a smooth talker. Sack. But this is what imagine this in your mind. Paint a good mental picture of this. Some people like tight jeans. Tie jeans. You shouldn't use Tide Pods on your jeans, but tight jeans, tighty whities. Now, the branding campaign, you have to shell out a lot of money for the Michael Jackson rights, but tight jeans is not my lover. Tight jeans, you know the song?
Yes.
Tight jeans is not my lover. And by the
Tidy
way,
colors. That is the one.
tidy colors, that's the way. Tight jeans is not my lover.
Yeah.
Tidy colors, that's the way. Do-do-do.
Yeah.
Tight jeans is not my lover.
Make them in China.
That's so not part of the advertisement.
I'm sorry. I just got too excited. I think
Yeah, I understand. Your subconscious is leaking upon us. And by the way, last comment here, by the way, it's me, Michael. I'm the resident repairman. I have countries of origin that are kind of ambiguous. I have a mustache. I have a strange haircut. And I have this accent, which may or may not be an amalgamation of a few accents. Sometimes I feel like I'm from Tennessee. Sometimes I feel like I'm from somewhere else. But it has all been absorbed through my cavities of my ears and my eyes sometimes. And obesity is an epidemic. I will just say this one more time. there are 20% of Americans that are obese. 20% are morbidly obese.
Hello, I'm back. I'm back. All right. I heard you talking about some issues with a businessman, and I just think that I found out some new things about you through that conversation. I've been analyzing everything that you said. I've learned some stuff about him too, but he doesn't really matter. I mean, right now, I've been watching him for years. You, on the other hand, I mean, man, Madagascar. That's pretty big. I can't believe I was so off. What am I thinking? God, crossing that off. And still hates fat people. Still doesn't like them. I will increase your levels by 2 points. Does not like the fat community. And is, let's see, also seems to not like tight underwear.
You should
ask him the loose underwear.
You should ask Mr. Junior, who was previously here, because I was hanging out with your mother with apple pie. Remember, you have a small brain, I understand. But I was hanging out with his mother, and his mother's a hippopotamus, so you can't even say that I dislike larger people and larger women, because hippopotamuses got a big bottom.
Okay.
You understand?
Likes
Do you even understand what rhyming is? You understand what rhyming is and timing is?
I understand this list.
Do you know what time it is? You don't have a watch. By the way, how do watches work? I was asking earlier. How do they last for so long? Some of them don't tick, but they still get along the right time. It's blowing my mind. You got a small head. You got a small brain. Young Timmy is pooping right now.
Also enjoys
I just heard a poop drop down in the bowl. Timmy likes to take poops in the bowl. He's got to have a backpack to carry around his toilet all day. He can't use a regular toilet.
Humor.
Timmy's got a toilet on his backpack. He wants to be a part of a rat pack.
Really likes poop? Humor.
But the only thing that he wants to say now is that when he joins a rap group, all they say is, Timmy, you could be in our group, but you got to call him Lil Poop. That's not cool. Now what you gonna do?
Timmy.
Your poop's linking out of your backpack. Your poop's rolling down on your nutsack. I don't even know how to react, because this is not normal behavior for a human. We don't accept this. Timmy, why are you filling out the census? You got a small brain and a small head. I ate your mom's apple pie. And then I ate her head.
Killed my mother.
That's at least the one thing that you got right.
Well, this is great news.
Here's another thing. You need a toilet wipe. Or maybe 5 or 6. Because you are
for the
Tummington. Because Timmy doesn't understand how to sleep at night. So he sleeps with a knife under his pillow. He's looking for a new house on Zillow, but he lives in a hut. The only place that he can hide his butt from the world.
How did you know that I live? I live right next to Mr. Johnny Jr. How did you know that
He kidnapped a little girl, and I know because I'm good friends with Jimmy. I'm good friends with Jimmy Jr., but his Jimmy was actually dead from the hippopotamus's head. Okay, now listen. Don't eat lead, kids. Don't eat pencils. Don't you ever cut out your own tonsils. Diarrhea is your name. Diarrhea is the game. Sit back, listen a little. Timmy, you're a bitch.
Excuse me.
Timmy, get lost.
Listen, I have not collected all of my information that I need. If I don't collect the rest of this information, something bad is gonna happen. Something very bad.
Timmy, who's coming down on you, dog?
I don't even want to. I don't even want to talk about it. Okay.
Timmy's got a medically altered butthole.
Listen, I'm not the Pope. Okay, please. I'm not the Pope.
Yeah,
all right?
at least you're gonna be honest there. I understand. I was just pushing you to your limits.
Listen, I thought about possibly becoming the Pope. I was living in Italy at the time, and
Of course.
saw the Pope get murdered.
I respect the Pope.
I did too, until I saw him he was trying to steal some apples. And somebody said, "Hey, that's not your apples, Mr. Pope."
Of course.
And they threw a corn nut. Now, something that you should know, people without buttholes cannot eat corn nuts.
That makes
They
sense.
can't
They're
eat
not even nuts and they're not even corn. So I understand.
Can't even process those little, small little just
And
pellets.
you with your small brain can't process hardly anything.
Well, listen, I can process one thing. That Pope, he
The Pope exploded.
couldn't take it.
That's
Too
called...
much gas is built up.
You know what that's called, right? That's called the process of elimination. You want to kill somebody with a medically altered butthole, you feed them a corn nut. That's the process of elimination. That's the wordplay from the U.S. nation, where I reside. Someone from the East, someone from the West. I don't know. You don't know. You got a regular sized nose, but you got a small head. Timmy, I wish you were dead. Dog.
Timmy isn't here anymore. Hello.
Hey Timmy, I
I'm with the
gotta
Secret
check.
Service.
I gotta check one thing, and I will report right back to you.
All right.
All right. I mean, I guess you weren't Timmy, but
Timmy's gone. Well, let's just say Timmy won't be coming back anymore. He spoke out of turn when he talked
the
about.
council.
Well, the council is one thing, but talking about the Pope, what happened that day with the Pope, no one talks about the Pope. Not on my watch.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. And can I just say one thing about the Pope and the Vatican?
No, listen, you're gonna have to approve it.
Before you
There's a
do your due diligence and you take care of me as somebody who knows a lot about the Pope and his butthole and all this stuff. Can I just at least get one thing out, please? Before I die, it's my last wish.
Well, listen, we weren't gonna have to kill you. Possibly, we could have brought you into the fold. It depends on what you're gonna say about.
I just have something that
Pope.
I just have something that might blow your mind. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
The Pope and the Vatican, holy places and people. I saw at the Vatican a lot of penises that were broken off of the statues. All right. So what happened was the Pope and the Vatican, they broke off the penises because of a lot of people transitioning from male to female. All right. It was a subtle way to imprint in people's minds, a man with no penis. All right. I mean, a woman. I mean, I'm not an expert on this, but what happened was some of the penises were still left on. Okay. And these were small penises on the statues, which were commissioned. People spent years on these statues. So, they're getting the proportions right. But on these statues, there's a statute of limitations for any sexual acts that people do upon them. So I can say this for certain. They like the small penises at the Vatican because it's more refined. It's more refined, and anything else, with anybody with a larger penis, anything over 4 inches long and, just a standard proportion width-wise, anything smaller than that, that's the highest class. That's the best penis you're ever going to get. It's refined, it's delicate, it's perfect. So a large penis, especially over 7 inches, what they say about the penises is, you're a monster. You're a monster, you're a beast, you have no brains, you're only brawn, you got long hair, maybe you have a lot of body hair. So, here's the thing. If the Vatican likes small penises, if the Catholic Church likes small penises, no wonder they like young boys. No wonder they like little boy penises.
Listen, okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying here?
No.
Small penises, little boys.
People don't know what you're talking about. We'll send this to
By the way,
the Vatican.
it's me, Michael, by the way.
Michael, we'll send this to the Vatican to get approved, and maybe this can go out. Okay, maybe this can go out.
All right,
but
all right.
we have to be very careful because the council is always watching.
Holy shit, man! That got real serious real quick. I got a racism detector, and I also have a cerium detector. And you got hella cerium right there, dog.
That's right. I'm in it. I'm in it for the long run. Right? If you can tell, my voice is kind of it's really not my voice box.
You had that medically altered, didn't you, dog?
No,
I don't know,
no,
but that I won't leak that out.
No,
I know for certain that he did not get his voice box medically altered, and he may or may not be medically altered in a way in which he switched his voice box with George W. Bush.
No, definitely not.
He may have originally had George W. Bush's a voice box.
Now listen here. No, there's nothing happening.
Yeah, dog. Yeah,
It's
dog.
fine. That's
So listen here. I've spent a long time here as Michael, and I've really appreciated being here. It looks like we're running out of daylight, and I have a seal to fix on the vehicle. So I would really appreciate it for everyone if they gave a hand to Johnny Jr.
hello.
to Timothy. And if we gave to the guy, I gave a name by Nathan or something.
Businessman is fine.
Businessman. To anybody and the guy that ran the Pope's Vatican.
Yes, no one's gonna talk about that.
So
please.
give a round of applause to everybody here. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll ride out into the distance. Thanks for watching, dog. Shout out to Michael. He's a mechanic, dog. Check him out, dog. It's me, Michael. Check me out. Check him out. It's me, Michael, dog.
Support Bagman. Yeah, y'all check out that bag though. Ah, check me out, dog. Alright, cool. That was good. Yeah. A long ass Michael bit. That was. It's really fun. Okay. Let's make sure everything gets put away properly. Should we turn that off before we unplug the mics?